And she didn't try and hide it or filter it. Irritation with Rybakina's box. Yeah.
Stefan Vukov, the coach of Elena Rybakina, has finally decided to speak out. And when he did, he didn't hold anything back. What he revealed goes far beyond a single tennis match. This story is about lingering resentment, public disrespect, and a score that's been waiting a long time to be settled on the biggest stage tennis has to offer. Stay with this because it has every ingredient of real drama. Before getting into what Vukov recently said, it's important to go back and look at how this all started. The history between Stefan Vukov and Aryna Sabalenka is tense, to put it mildly. These two do not get along at all. Their issues trace back to the Madrid Open, where emotions boiled over during a match between Sabalenka and Elena Rybakina. During that match, Sabalenka noticed Vukov actively coaching Rybakina from the sidelines. Coaching is allowed during certain breaks, but Sabalenka was clearly unhappy about it. At that moment, she was ahead in the match and felt confident enough to confront Vukov directly, and she did not hold back. She made it very clear that she didn't like his presence, didn't approve of his coaching style, and frankly didn't want him anywhere near the court. The exchange was heated, and it didn't stop there. Reports suggest that Sabalenka even tried to have Vukov removed from courtside altogether. That's how serious it got. But Vukov didn't budge. He stayed right where he was. He didn't apologize, didn't respond publicly, and most importantly, he didn't forget what happened. From that moment on, there was noticeable tension whenever Rybakina and Sabalenka faced each other. Vukov chose silence. He didn't fire back in interviews, he didn't create drama. Instead, he focused on his work and let Rybakina's performances speak for him. Fast forward to the Australian Open final, where everything came full circle. Elena Rybakina and Aryna Sabalenka met again, this time with the championship on the line. The pressure couldn't have been higher, and Vukov knew exactly what this moment meant. From the opening point, Rybakina played with authority. She controlled the first set and never allowed Sabalenka to find a comfortable rhythm. Her serve was powerful and relentless. Her ground strokes pushed deep into the corners, forcing Sabalenka farther and farther behind the baseline. Her movement was sharp, focused, and non-stop. Rybakina took the first set convincingly, sending a clear message that she was there to win. In the second set, Sabalenka fought back hard and managed to level the match, but it's the third set that people will remember for years. It's also the point where Sabalenka's reaction after the match becomes harder to defend. Sabalenka stormed out to a 3-love lead in the deciding set, 3 games to love. At that stage, everything seemed to be going her way. She had momentum, confidence, and control. Many players would have cracked under that pressure, especially in a Grand Slam final, but Elena Rybakina didn't. And having Stefan Vukov in her corner made a difference. This is where Rybakina showed what champions are made of. She stayed calm. She didn't abandon her game plan or take unnecessary risks. Instead, she raised her level exactly when it mattered most. Point by point, game by game, she fought her way back into the match. Her mental strength, tactical intelligence, and raw power all came together at the crucial moments. She broke Sabalenka's serve, she held her own serve under intense pressure, and she completely flipped the match in her favor. When Elena Rybakina closed out the final set 6-4, there was no question who deserved the victory. The comeback was complete, the title was hers, and for Stefan Vukov, it was redemption. That's when things became even more interesting. Vukov finally addressed the situation publicly, his history with Sabalenka and everything that had happened since Madrid. He spoke directly and didn't dodge the issue. In essence, he said, "People can dislike me if they want. I know Aryna Sabalenka doesn't like me, but I'm a coach and my job is to help my player win, and I'm doing my job." And he's right. His responsibility is to help Elena Rybakina succeed, and that's exactly what he did at the highest level of the sport.
I mean, I'm a coach here, and I'm just not gonna, I can't do much. Whatever I say, I'm gonna get either hate, either someone is gonna agree on me, but I'm not the most important.
But Vukov didn't stop there. He made it clear that this win meant more than just lifting the Australian Open trophy. For him, it was personal. This victory was his response to the disrespect he felt he received from Sabalenka in Madrid. Since that incident, he hadn't said a single word about her. Total silence. But now, with Rybakina holding the championship trophy, Vukov, from his point of view, it was the ultimate payback. You might expect that after such a dramatic match and comeback, Sabalenka would accept the loss gracefully and acknowledge her opponent's performance. But that's not how it played out. Instead of praising Rybakina, Sabalenka fell back on what Vukov described as a familiar pattern: tears, excuses, and shifting the focus away from her opponent. And yes, losing a Grand Slam final hurts. Losing after being up 3-love in the third set is crushing. But Vukov believes there's a right way to handle defeat. The issue, as he sees it, is that Sabalenka focused entirely on her own mistakes. She talked about missed chances and lost points, but she failed to show genuine respect to the player on the other side of the net, the one who stepped up and played better when it mattered most.
Last point, I had my opportunities. Feels like I missed couple, but I mean, it's tennis, you know. Today you're loser, tomorrow you're winner, so hopefully I'll be more of a winner this season than a loser.
Throughout the tournament, Sabalenka carried herself with confidence, even arrogance at times. But once she was beaten, she wasn't willing to give Elena Rybakina the credit she earned. That's what really frustrates Vukov, and it's easy to see why. The truth is this: Rybakina didn't wait for Sabalenka to lose the match. She went out and won it. Her power, accuracy, mental strength, and smart decision-making all came together at the most important moments. She followed her game plan. She adjusted when needed. She stayed composed while down 3-love, and she delivered when the championship was on the line. That isn't luck. That isn't an opponent falling apart. That is elite-level tennis from a true champion. Vukov has been very clear about his mindset. No matter what Sabalenka says about him or his team, they will stay focused on winning, and that's exactly what they did in the Australian Open final. So, there it is, tennis fans. This final wasn't just about two incredible athletes fighting for a title. It was about respect, redemption, and settling unfinished business. Stefan Vukov waited for his moment, and when it arrived, he and Elena Rybakina delivered in unforgettable fashion. What's your take on all this drama? Was Vukov right to speak out? Should Sabalenka have handled the loss differently? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more tennis stories and analysis. Until next time, keep serving aces.